I'm your new favorite, JJ Caballero, joined by the lovely Goins, Casey Goins. And this is MonoStereoVideo, a podcast about movie music. I'm a songwriter, producer, DJ, while Casey is an amazing hairstylist and salon owner. And we love movies and music, and this is the perfect excuse to talk about music and movies and their cultural impact. How's it going, my love?
You did it.
I did do it. I did it.
On that one, you did it.
I did it.
I was like, I'm not going to look at him. I'm not going to acknowledge him.
Nope. I did it.
You did it.
I did it. Welcome to this week's episode, guys. Hot off the presses. Okay, first, thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time listening to the episode, I don't usually get that if this is your first time listening to the show, I don't usually get that on the first try. And I got that on the first try.
I mean, at least it's not like you're just putting in a little blurb at the front that you already pre-recorded. You know what I mean?
I mean, it'd be easy.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure some people would. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, it's fine. It's fine. I did it, and I'm excited. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. If this is your first episode because you saw the title and this is hot off the presses, welcome. This is going to be a fun one. What we usually do is we talk about soundtracks, movie music, things like that. We're currently in Rock Doc season. Last week, if you're a fan of ours and you continuously listen to us, thank you for listening to the Little Richard episode. Last week was a Little Richard episode. Little Richard, I Am Everything, the documentary by Lisa Cortez. Real good. Mm-hmm. CNN Max presents. It's very good, very good. Listen to that episode. We loved it. We love that movie. We are not doing a rock doc this week. We were going to do the Nina Simone documentary, which we will do next week. Mm-hmm. We are going to do that next week because I still want Casey to watch that.
No, yeah, I still want to. It's just this movie was too good.
Sinners.
Like, I couldn't not talk about it.
We needed to talk about Sinners. It's an emergency spoiler alert episode.
If you haven't watched it, lots of spoilers.
Yeah.
But it was just, after seeing it, I wanted to just watch it over right then and there. Like,
yeah,
I just wanted to watch it again.
I wanted to go back in the theater.
It was really good. I was really proud as a black person to see it because it was so, like, it was so well done. There was so much history involved. A lot of, like, it felt real authentic and it didn't feel corny. Like, a lot of vampire movies are like, there's always a little bit of corny in there. And this one for me, like, everything was purposeful and significant and, like, had a lot of thought put into it. I really enjoyed this movie.
Me too. It was a very good movie. I couldn't have said it better. Casey nailed it right on the dot. It's the talk of the town right now. Yeah. It is the talk of the town. I mean, I guess, like, you know, our algorithms are kind of attuned to it because we've just, like, seen it.
Liked all the Sinners, yes.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Also, if you want to go ahead and follow the link in the bio. Our letterbox is up there. You could find the show. You can find my YouTube page and listen to the show on the YouTube page. But things as such and such like that. I need to update Letterboxd though because but everybody's like Letterboxd is like loving this. The Letterboxd like crew or people that are in it that are using it all the time, loving this movie. It's hot off the presses. It's a hot commodity right now. We had to talk about this. Very much spoilers ahead because we can't not talk about the whole movie.
Yeah, there was just so many cool things. So much cool imagery. The music was really good. All of the actors did such a great job. Yeah. Like,
we are a soundtrack podcast, so we will be talking about it. But we're just gonna talk about the movie as a whole, I guess. The trailer, like I remember seeing the trailer very early this year and thinking like, that's cool. And then it just kept going on and on. And I was like, it's telling the whole movie. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was kind of like, I don't know. When they show the whole movie. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, we already know he turns into a vampire because of the trailer.
And I was even like, we don't need to watch it in the theater. I was like, well, I can watch that at home. You know, I was like,
And I remember like after, not that it's not a great movie, but I remember after Black Panther, like it was just like everybody just talked about how hot Michael B. Jordan is. Like, I'm not to say that he's not or whatever, but it's just like that's all anybody talked about was his looks.
You're true.
And like that's mostly what I heard about.
He's a very good actor.
And so that turned me.
Very good actor.
It turned me off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like, oh, he's just like a hot guy or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of like
I always liked him as an actor.
And that's why I haven't seen I saw Black Panther. I haven't seen Fruitvale Station. I do want to watch that.
Oh, it's so sad.
That's why I'm like, and it's crazy awesome. To see the posters for it now because he does look like a super baby in that movie.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But I do like when directors partner with actors over and over again.
Yeah, he's like the muse to Ryan Coogler, directed by Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, he did a great job, like playing twins. Like you immediately think, and you're just like, that you can tell it's the same person, or you know what I mean. You're doing little things to compare. But he did a really good job of like, I'm two separate people right now.
Yeah, he did. And there were the similarities, like, you know, there's the familial similarities, and they have like the same kind of drawl, but he also differentiated the way each of them spoke. That was very well. I mean, that was awesome. Yeah. Like, you know, I mean, let me do the cast list. We'll do the cast list. We'll talk about it. But like I said, directed by Ryan Coogler. We've already said Black Panther. Have you seen Wakanda Forever? I haven't seen Wakanda Forever.
I haven't, no.
No. I mean, neither have I. I wanna watch it now. I wanted to watch it. I just haven't caught up with the Marvel stuff, man.
Yeah, it was so all much. The hype with everything, so and then once Chadwick Boseman died. Sorry, what am I saying?
Chadwick Boseman.
So I was saying Chad Boswick. I was combining his names wrong.
Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. Yeah.
When he passed, like that kind of like it was sad, and you know what I mean?
No, same. Yeah, I was like, how could they do this? Disney, what's happening? I mean, I hear it's a good movie, and they do a good job of like paying tribute,
doing more for like the female characters and stuff.
That too. Creed was very good, but I'm a Rocky fan. Like I like all those movies.
And for me, I remember them always being on as a kid, and it was just like, but I haven't seen them as an adult. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like, when all of those came back again, I was just kind of like everybody kept saying it's like, oh, it's a sequel or whatever.
It's very good. But
I was just kind of, I didn't know the other character was Creed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So to me, it didn't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking good. It is a good ass movie. Yeah. It's the only one of those I've seen. I don't think he did the other two. I think he just produced them.
Okay.
He also Ryan Coogler also produced that Judas and the Black Messiah. That was a pretty good movie. What else did he? A Vicious Circle. He produced a movie that's called A Vicious Circle. He's pretty fucking cool. For researching this, I read some stuff, but I also watched his interview with the dudes from Last Podcast on the Left. He's a cool ass dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's super cool. He's very chill. He knows his influences. I'll be citing him a lot, like while we talk about this. He did give a lot of. He gives a lot of like. He gives up game. Like, that's real cool. Like, he's very open about the filmmaking process. He's very open about giving good advice. Like, good advice just kind of rolls off his tongue.
That's the best way, because it's like you're not trying to keep anything from anybody. You want everybody to learn and grow and succeed, because it doesn't matter. Like, everybody's different. Like, they're not going to do it the way he's going to do it.
Shout out to John Waters. We just saw John Waters this past Friday. Happy birthday, John Waters. Yeah, we're recording this on his birthday. Shout out to him, because he did give up game at the end of his he did a little Q&A at the end, and
I thought that was cool that he did a Q&A, and he wasn't like he wasn't giving like vanilla answers. No. Like, he was just like he was very real, like,
and then he would go back into his act, and then he'd come back out of it.
He was awesome, and very like he was still very vibrant.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very clever, very funny. Like, I'm so glad we went.
I'm so glad we went. It was so awesome. Everything was perfect timing this week. Perfect timing for everything. Perfect timing. Okay. Michael B. Jordan, we already said, plays Smoke and Stack. Their real names are Elias and Elijah. Let me get this right. Moore. Elijah is Smoke. and Elias is Stack. Mm-hmm. Okay. Two brothers. The
Smoke is the bad one, and Stack's the good one. But they're both outlaws.
This is based in
1938 or 30 something. I want to
say 32. Yes, 1932 in the Mississippi Delta. They grew up there. They moved to Chicago. They went to war. Mm-hmm. They enlisted. They went to war. Then they went to Chicago, and they did bad stuff up there. You basically get the gist by the end of the movie that they did steal from people over there, or that something happened so that people were gonna come for them either way. They were on the run. They were on the run from the mob, like the Irish mob, and it was like Irish, wasn't it? It was Irish beer and Italian
French
wine, or Italian wine or French wine. One of those two.
Whiskey, wasn't it whiskey?
Was it whiskey?
I don't know. I want to see the movie again. It was so good.
Yeah. I know. I was looking at Movie Times earlier.
Next character. Next actor. Sorry.
I was looking at Movie Times. I was.
You were?
I was.
Why are you telling me that?
Miles Canton as Sammy. This is his first movie.
Caton? How do you say his name?
Caton. Miles Caton.
When he sang,
oh, man.
like his voice was already so deep.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, like how old is this kid? And I'm like, is he older than he seems? And he's actually like not that young. And he's young.
He's a young guy.
He was born in 2005 or something.
Yeah.
But when he sang
2005, that's crazy. He's
for
20.
the first time, like I was like, wow. And then Michael B. Jordan's reaction to him singing made me cry.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
it was very genuine, and because
his voice is so good.
I wonder if they played that for real, like if that's the first time you heard him sing.
Because his reaction was so genuine.
It was very real. Like, oh shit, yeah, it was very good. That was very good.
It was.
Haley Steinfeld as Mary. Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld. She's in the Marvel universe. She does Marvel stuff. She's a voice in the Spider-Verse. She was in True Grit. She was in Pitch Perfect 2. Let's see. What do you know her from?
I saw her for the first time on The Edge of 17.
What's that?
So it's like one of those coming of age movies. It's very endearing. Like as you get older, it's kind of like you roll your eyes at it, but just it's her being a 17-year-old and like being self-involved and self-absorbed and like thinking the world's out to get her, but she's just causing her own problems.
Okay, cool.
It's a really good movie.
Huh.
Yeah, it is.
She does good in the Marvel stuff. She's good. She's good. Like she's pretty rad. I do want to see that True Grit. It's the Coen Brothers version of it with Jeff Bridges. He plays Rooster Cogburn. Yeah, I do want to see that. Wunmi Mosaku as Annie fucking killed it.
Love her.
Killed it.
Love her. We saw her the first time on Lovecraft Country on Max. That was the first time I saw her.
Okay.
Yeah, that was her on there, and I loved her character on there.
Oh.
But it's like she came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hear anything about her until Lovecraft Country, but she's done other stuff. But she's awesome.
Oh, she was on Luther.
And I never watched Luther.
Luther was
You
good.
watched Luther, right?
Lufa.
Yeah, I never watched it, but she's great.
John Lufa. Yeah, she killed it in this. She was Hunter B-15 on Deadpool. Oh, okay, and the Deadpool Wolverine movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't remember that movie as much.
Hunter B-15?
I don't remember the movie.
Wait.
I don't remember.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember the movie. I can't.
I don't care about Deadpool. I just don't.
It was a fine movie. It was fine.
That one was better than the first one.
It was. Yeah.
But I'm just over Ryan Reynolds. I'm over him.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of over him too. Yeah. Yeah, she was Ruby Baptiste in Lovecraft Country. That was a great show. Jonathan Majors, he's a controversial person.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. Not taken away from Wunmi Mosaku. She fucking kills it.
Yeah.
She's awesome in this. Like, her as the heroine, and she just...
And just a powerful, like, I saw a post that somebody wrote that I love this big, beautiful black woman is the love interest, the main love interest in the movie, like...
And her as a...
doing like a voodoo priestess and stuff. I loved that.
That was awesome. I loved it. Very authentic.
And she's the one that knew. She's like, this is what's happening, and this is what we need to do right now. Like, we're gonna die if you don't listen to me.
Yeah, and Ryan Coogler and his wife found a consultant who talked them about the authenticity of that, what to do to do the mojo bag. I remember Fancy had a mojo bag made for her by somebody. I forgot who it was. I forgot exactly who it was and stuff. But that's where I learned about them. But yeah, that was fucking cool. That was really cool. She killed it. She killed it. Jack O'Connell as Remick. He was very menacing. He was very good.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. I like how they tied in all the Irish folklore and all that stuff too.
Yeah,
like,
that was crazy.
I really liked all of that. They included all the history.
Because the Irish weren't really considered like white.
No, yeah, they were like they were like they were like the lowest of the low, like, you know.
They were all kind of the peasantry, which is crazy because they were also clan members, and you know what I mean. Like that was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. What I didn't. We'll talk about. Well, I guess we'll talk about it. But where did Remick come from? Like that's where I want to know. Like I want to know.
Right, I want a backstory on him because just the little things he was giving away of like, oh, I've been waiting for you. Like I've been doing. You know what I mean?
And he like when he was running in the sun and banging on the door, and it's like. And how did those native dudes know?
Yeah, like they had already been chasing him. Like he'd been running forever and like had to, you know what I mean? He had like...
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Jack O'Connell is a English actor. He was in Skins. That's where he came out. That's where he came out from. Okay. He was also in Ferrari. Did you ever
watch that show, Skins?
No.
I didn't because I didn't have like the channel to be able to watch it, but I remember hearing about it. It was
it was good.
Euphoria before Euphoria, I guess.
That's what I heard too. Same. I heard the British one's better than the MTV one.
Because I saw a post earlier, too, where a bunch of people were like, thanks, Skins, for all of this. Because it was like him and a bunch of people that are like doing really well now. And they all were on there. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I didn't know Daniel Kaluuya was on Skins.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
I guess they were on the British one.
Okay, cool.
He was on there. That's why I was like, oh, I'm going to watch that now.
Right? Maybe it's on like BBC or maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Delroy Lindo is Delta Slim. He killed it too.
He did too. Like for me, it was just kind of like like he would just play like he was a character actor. Or he would get picked for certain things.
He's been in everything. His voice, Congo, fucking Romeo Must Die.
Yeah, but
Broken
he
Arrow.
really I really liked his portrayal. His character.
Yeah, he was so good.
He was really good.
Let's see. I mean, the better movies of his. I'm trying to, like, where are the better? Malcolm X. He was in the Malcolm X. Let's see. He's been in so much. He's just been in so much. He is just an all-around great actor. Gone in 60 Seconds. That's right. I don't know. He just like the character that Delta Slim, like he just fucking dove into that guy.
Like a lot of layers too. Like you could tell like a lot of shit had went down with him, but he was ready to just stay in his little bubble of I can make this much money and I can drink as much as I want and I don't have to try that hard, so I'm good. Yeah. And like just that whole little like you find that out in like 5 little minutes. Yep. Like it's crazy. Yep. I want to watch it right now.
Omar Benson Miller as Cornbread. We recognize him from a lot of, like, as a younger actor. Like, he still looks the same. He still looks the same.
Like, he always looked, like, older.
Yeah. He was in Transformers. He was in 8 Mile. That's right. He was in 8 Mile.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, why does he look familiar to me? I couldn't place him.
There's a fucking Nick Cannon movie that I can't place him in.
Was it Drumline? Was he in Drumline?
No, he wasn't in Drumline. He wasn't in Drumline. No.
That's the only thing when I think of Nick Cannon, I think of Drumline.
I don't know, but he's been around. He's been around.
He looks like a cartoon to me too. Like he's just animated. Like he's an animated person.
He's very animated. His character in this
his story was sad.
It was pretty sad.
His story arc was sad.
It was pretty sad.
I was like, aw.
Yeah, he was
but that's like how they get you. Like you have to build that. Like in that little 5 minutes, you found out like. So his little story arc that made it even sadder.
I saw a post where somebody was trying to talk shit, but then like it's like no, Ryan Coogler actually said in an interview that he like somebody's like, if you've never seen this movie, you know, one of those fucking stupid TikTok posts and shit. But it was a what's it called? From Dusk Till Dawn. And this was very that. Like, this kind of gave me, like, From Dusk Till Dawn vibes.
Yeah, like, it was very, like, it was a shoot 'em up. Like, there was, like, enough violence, like, throughout. Like, there was... And it wasn't, like, yes, there were vampires, but there was just so much other stuff going on. There was gangsters. There was clan members. There was racism. There was, like... Stealing amongst themselves, those guys that were stealing from his truck, like, and that's you, like.
That's what Ryan Coogler was talking about in that interview too, and that horror movies aren't just horror movies. Like they're not yes, this is a horror movie, but it's so much more than that. Like the real horror doesn't really come until like
3/4 of the way.
Yeah,
like they set it up so well. Like they gave you little tidbits. You knew like, oh, it's coming.
You saw a little creep.
It's coming when he changed. Oh, you didn't list. Are we done with the cast list?
We're not done.
Oh, okay,
We're not done. Pearline as Jamie Lawson was Pearline. She was the wife of somebody that we never see.
Oh yeah, she was the adulterous wife.
She was also in The Woman King. She was also in the Batman.
Okay,
that's why I was like, oh yeah, The Woman King. That movie fucking rocks too.
Yeah, that movie's so good.
That movie's fucking good. Gina Prince Bythewood, yeah, she fucking rocks.
I wished all these movies came out when I was a kid, man. Like I didn't see anything like this when I was a kid.
I mean, that's where like the Ernest Dickinson movies. That's where like it's just a different era and a different era of representation there. Like there are the actors. I mean, the directors are there. Like I feel like Ryan Coogler, like Gina Prince Bythewood are like from the class after. You know what I mean? Like because she actually worked directly with was it Ernest Dickinson or was it? All right, this is Javi interjecting real quick. I come to you from the future of when this... I come to you the day after we recorded this. I was mistaken. She is not an acolyte. I got it wrong because I read an interview where Nia DaCosta was talking about Gina Prince Bythewood. So that's where my confusion was. She's not an acolyte of one of these dudes. I'm sure maybe they collaborated. I don't know. But I'm very sure that Nia DaCosta is an acolyte of Bythewood. So there you go. Ryan Coogler, though, he is like a contemporary of like Robert Eggers, who did Nosferatu. He mentioned him in that interview where they asked him about like, hey, both of you guys did a vampire movie in the same year, same type of like treatment of it, you know, an auteuristic view of it.
Each with actor from Skins.
Yeah, right. And Ryan Coogler's like, oh yeah, but Robert's been thinking about Nosferatu for forever. Like that was like a movie that he'd been wanting to make. Like he's like, no, he's been wanting to do that. Like this was like something, you know, blah blah blah. But
like a
he's been
project.
wanting to do this like forever. So yeah. Either way. Jamie Lawson, she was rad. Rad. When she turns, that's pretty sad too. But she was good. She was good in this. I remember when we were watching it, and she turns around when Miles Caden sees her for the first time. You're like, I wish my butt looked like that.
Yeah. Just like when she's walking away from him, I was like, see, that's a butt. Like, mine doesn't look like that.
Legion Lee as Grace Chow. She was awesome in this too. She was in Babylon. Okay. That's where I was like, okay, she does look familiar from that. I do want to see that movie again. I don't know.
I feel like it can be one of those where it's on like whatever. It's just for colors and scenery.
She was in that ABC series Quantico. She was in the Fox series The Exorcist. Okay. And then a series on Netflix called Wu Assassins. Okay. TV act. I don't know. She rocked in this. Like that. They were talking in an interview about the Asian representation in that too. About
that whole history dance sequence when they showed their ancestors. Like that's why it was so inclusive. Like it was a black movie, but it was still like they didn't shun. Like they were like, we're all here, you're family, and this is I loved it.
Yes. Lola Kirk, you kept pointing her out. Oh, Lola Kirk.
Yeah. Lola Kirk. Because of Girls. That's the girl that plays... Yeah. So she's not on Girls. Her sister is on Girls.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Jemima Kirk is her sister.
Okay. Hey. Oh, she was in that movie Gemini. Okay. And she was in Gone Girl. Casey pointed her out. That's what she brought. Casey brought her like, that's the girl from Gone Girl. You remember?
And he was like, I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. And then later, I'm like, yeah, the girl that she befriends at the little like house she's staying in. You're like, ow.
She actually sang.
Yeah,
that was actually her singing. That was them singing. That was actually them singing. That was them singing. Yeah. Oh, she's like a singer and songwriter as well. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, English born singer songwriter. Yeah, she was fucking menacing in this shit. Like she was very creepy.
Did such a good. And I liked how they tied in the whole like now, like once you become a vampire, then we all know each other. Like I remember everything you remember, you remember everything I remember. So I thought that was cool how when the three of them walked up and they wanted to play and they wanted to go in and they were like, well, let us sing for you. And they were so like in unison. And I'm like, they just barely met. Like, but I was like, that was, I thought that was really cool that they did that because it was so like melodic.
Yeah. Yao was Bo Chow. That's his name, Yao.
Yao was Bo Chow.
Yao was Bo Chow. This is his fourth movie. Let's see. These other ones are smaller. A movie called Look at Me by Ken Kwek. He was also in a movie called The Tiang Bahru Social Club by B. Tiam Tan. Haven't heard of that one, but these were both released recently. Not much information on Yao. He did great though. He did great. They looked like a young fucking family on the up and ups. Like they own the stores. That's what they were saying too, that Asian people were the only ones willing to open stores that catered to, you know, other minorities. Yeah. You know, they were the only ones in the communities that were like, well, yeah, fuck it. Like, I'll sell the black people. I'll sell the Mexican people. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Money's money.
Money's money. And they're all in this together. Peter Dramanis was Bert, the other guy, the other third vampire guy, another the Klansman.
The husband. It's because him and they were husband and wife.
They were husband and wife. He was great too. They were all great. I can't say that they weren't. Buddy Guy makes a cameo at the end as Old Sammy. And he's a legendary jazz musician. He's a legendary blues guitarist.
If you go see this movie, stay after the credits.
Yeah, stay.
Watch the little scene at the end. I liked it. It was cute.
Yeah, it was real cute. It was a good, like, tie, like bow tie. It was a good bow tie. And that's the cast. The film is essentially about two brothers. Well, okay, it is about the two brothers, right? And they come back
to make a place for black people to hang out and dance and have a good time and just be living around each other.
They buy a barn on clan land, or like land owned by who we learn is like a Klansman, I guess. They buy the land off of him, they buy the barn off of him,
and then they just convince a bunch of old friends to help them get it going for the night.
They convince their cousin to play the music.
But yeah, it's what it's basically about. And then it just the vampires happen to show up because the music is so enthralling. Yes. Like, that was a big layer of the movie, was that music can be so intense that it brings on like spirits and entities. And I liked that too, where like, so the Miles Caton plays Preacher Boy, and his father obviously is a preacher.
Yeah, Saul Williams plays his father.
And he's basically telling him, like, don't, like, give up the, like, put down the guitar, give up the whatever, like, after everything that happens, and he just runs away with it.
And he just can't.
And it's just, I felt like that was a good, like, don't give up on your dreams just because somebody else thinks they're bad or thinks it's a sin or whatever, like.
Yeah, there was so many layers to that itself. Like, Ryan Coogler did talk about how he did a lot of research on the blues, on just the music in general, on that area at that time in general, the things that would happen, who was around. He talks like he's one of so he gave advice in that he gave the example of when he was working on Rocky. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to Philadelphia. I'm going to pull up a map of Philadelphia, and I want somebody that knows the area to tell me, okay, what's this neighborhood? From here to here, what is that called? And who lives there? And what type of people are there? And what's the shop there? What's this, that? And okay. It's like he goes into detail in that way. Like, he'll go to the area, he'll steep himself in the culture, he'll try to learn, like, okay, well, what was here? He's very conscious about the foundation of everything, very conscious of, okay, does this look the way it was looked? Like, he spoke about how the setting was the most important thing in building the world, because he wants somebody that's from the Mississippi Delta to watch the movie and feel, okay, this is like in the Mississippi.
Legit.
Yes, that's what he wants. He's like the last thing I wanted was for somebody to watch Creed and be like, that's not Philadelphia. Like, fuck, like, he doesn't know Philadelphia. He wanted to know what's the who, the where, the why, and like, what are people doing there, and how so. That was really cool. I mean, I just thought, like, the amount of detail in it was real nice. Like, just the thing that's, I mean, yes, the music. The music it's just a standout thing. It even down to them mentioning, these are race records, because that's the history of music.
Yeah, like all the little tidbits that they mentioned and throw in there and say, and it was very informational and entertaining and historical, and
he talks about, Ryan Coogler talked about how genre can be seen as a way to separate races, as a racist way to separate things. And like, because back then, like, race records, like, they were race records if they were made by black people. Like, people were making music, people were trying to, it was like right at the edge of like recorded music and stuff. But those were race songs. And it even goes down to, okay, rhythm and blues is what it was after the blues, and after jazz, it was rhythm and blues, which became rock and roll because rock and roll was white. You know what I mean? Rock and roll was the white way to say it. Rhythm and blues was the black way to say it. You know what I mean? And that kind of like, it ostracized thing. You know, it caused more segregate. It's part of segregation. It's a tactic. It's a way to separate things and to make things be less than the other thing, you know? So that Ryan Coogler himself, like, yes, like, he's steeped in the blues in this, but he also accepts, like, I don't believe in genre, like, at first off. And that's it. That went back to this being a horror movie, but then so many pretty themes, like, so many little, like
like, of course, they're talking about see it in IMAX, see it in the 70 millimeter, like, and just showing the wide shots of how all the little screens look based off of what you're watching and stuff.
That was a cool thing. I'll post that in the links too. I'll post that video in the links too. Yeah,
they showed like the different, like, it was a Kodak watch it like this, and it looks like this, like this, like this.
Yeah, that was real cool. Yeah, it was cool how he explained, and it was him explaining it. He's like, okay, and he's very just like, I'm gonna do this, and I do this, and it looks like that, and you look at that like that, and then I actually shot it like that. Yeah, that was fucking cool. Like, it's he just knows how to tell.
It was a
people
pretty movie. It was like, it just had all the things. It was sexy.
Yes, that too. Yeah,
there was sexy moments where you're just, you know what I mean, like the tension.
Another aspect of this, which I was reading on a comment on Letterboxd, is. Some people saw this as a way, like, the theme of it was, like, assimilation, right? And that assimilation it's not always a good thing. Yeah. Right? And that's, like, exemplified, like, you know, some stuff is just meant for, you know, like, this is just our thing, you know, like this is our thing. Like, like
we don't want, like, especially when they were there and at the door, and they wanted to come in and like, well, let me show you, we'll sing. And even when they started to sing, and all of them kind of cringe, like, no, that's like, not the type of music we're doing in here.
This is our thing. You go away. Like, that's what it was. It wasn't a thing of like, I'm sure there's probably some right winger that's gonna see that and be like, oh, well, they didn't, you know, well, they're blah 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 blah, you know, talking about like, well, reverse racism, like that type of shit, right? Yeah. Like, but I didn't see it as that, because I saw it like that statement on that. I think it was a Letterboxd thing. Like, it did open up that conversation. Like, some things just do belong to who they belong to, or, you know, even at that, like. Speaking about the history of music, and that like cultural appropriation is a huge thing, is a huge weight on the neck of the music industry, in that it happened to Black artists all the time, right? Like, they were like, we talked about it in the Little Richard documentary. Yeah. We talked about how he didn't get his due because Pat Boone got his due. And because Elvis Presley got his due. Jerry Lee Lewis stealing the act, basically.
I put on, so I was listening to Little Richard, right? So in preparation for the podcast. The next song, I didn't put it on artist only. The next song comes on is Tutti Frutti, and it's Jerry Lee Lewis, and it was stupid. Yeah. It sounded awful and stupid and corny. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was just like, how dare you? Like, how dare you want to copy something that you have no business copying? You know what I mean?
That's what it's...
Like, it's okay. You have your thing, and you can do it the way you can do it. Yeah. Like, we're not going to do it the way you do it, so you don't have to do it the way we do it.
That is all tied into this.
Write down a pause.
Okay.
So today is like extra discounted at Cinemark because it's Tuesday. So the tickets are $6.
Where?
And there's one at Cinemark.
But where? What time? I mean,
at 8:45.
Okay, let's fucking do it. Let's do it. I might just keep this in. Because it's already
selling out, so I'm like, wait, I need to buy these now if we're gonna go.
I think I might leave that in. Guys, we're gonna go watch it again after this episode, because we just keep talking about it and we need to watch it again.
And then that right here at Alamo, they're all too late, like at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, I don't want to see it that late. Okay. I want to watch it. 8:45 is perfect because we'll still go to bed when the time we normally go to bed. All right. So yes, I'm doing it, and it says Cinemark West, not Tinseltown. You guys.
Oh my gosh.
We planned for 420 to have a 420 day, and then we were gonna go see the new Cheech and Chong movie that they were showing at Cinemark at 420 because we want to be corny like that. Yep. We get to the Cinemark. And there's a long ass line for popcorn and drink, and of course we had to have popcorn and drink. We get all the way through the line, 35 minutes past the movie starting time, or even 10 minutes, go up to the podium, and the guy scans the fucking tickets, and he's like, It's at Tinseltown.
Wrong theater.
We were at fucking the Tin Cinemark on Remcon.
On Remcon. We were on the west side of town, and it was on the far east side of town.
So we came home and watched...
What did we watch?
Something that was supposed to be... It was something to do with Sinners.
It wasn't... Oh, it was... we actually watched Puss in Boots.
Yes, because Ryan Coogler said that Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, inspired this... Or influenced it. Yeah. So I was like... Fuck it, we're gonna watch fucking Puss in Boots.
It was good.
It was
I had a good
so
time.
good.
I had a good time.
It was really, but I love all those movies, all the Shrek movies.
It was a good
movie. I loved Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots when he came out on Shrek. Like, they're so funny. So I thought that was cool.
It was very silly. I liked it too.
Which of those black ones are the ones that I'm choosing, but the green ones are all the ones that are open?
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah?
That's perfect, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You heard it here, folks. We're gonna watch Sinners once more right after this.
Are you gonna want popcorn?
Do you want popcorn?
I don't need it, but I know once we get there and fucking smell that shit.
Hobby from the future, or from the past future once more. I don't know when I am in this timeline. Just know that we recorded this on Tuesday. I'm recording this on Wednesday. You're listening to this maybe on Thursday, because that's when this usually comes out. We did go see the movie. We saw the movie for the second time. A couple of things I wanted to bring up. It was awesome the second time. The Ludwig soundtrack, which we talk about a little bit here before we jump off, is amazing. It was a lot more... I was able to pay attention to it a bit more this time, and it's very like old school vampire. Like, it sounds like a vampire movie. I can't even... It's hard to describe. It's got like the crunchy guitars, but also like with like a Delta blues twang to it. I don't know. It was amazing. That was very cool. As well, they are all like Sammy and Cornbread and the like are sharecroppers on a plantation, and the Smokestack brothers buy an old abandoned sawmill. It's an old abandoned sawmill and the land that's on it. So that's what they buy and convert into the juke joint. There is more of a constant theme of like when there's a scene in which Stack is out there calling people, like doing the thing where they're outside calling for people to come to the juke joint, and Sammy and Delroy Lindo are playing music, and Slim and Sammy are playing music, and they're like, hey, come, this is just for us. And there was a lot more like this time I could spot where they were trying to be inclusive of their own people and trying to really appreciate the fact that, you know, that there's a lot of hardworking people, a lot of hardworking sharecroppers that are going to come. They've been busting their asses all day, picking cotton, and it's like that. Like they just wanted to provide a place where they could come and enjoy themselves. Just that was for them, by them. It was awesome. The sense of community was a lot more prevalent this time watching it. That was very, very cool to see on film. I mean, other things. I wanted to the way that they looked when they were on fire, the way that they looked when they were burning, the flames inside. That shit was heavy. Just on fire. The people on fire. Like the graphics there were really, really cool. I don't know. There was so much. It's such a thick movie. It's so thick. The songs were amazing. Just Ludwig's, like, there's the guitaring, like the guitar stabs were insane. Just insane stuff. That was great stuff. I'll bring up so there's a few things happening right now with this movie too. While Casey does that, I want to talk about like the controversies that are kind of surrounding this. So like, I guess the big thing for this was that Ryan Coogler retained rights to have final cut, and like final cut of the movie is usually reserved for like the studio itself, for executive producers, things like that. That's why we do get like director's cuts of things, right? Or like unrated cuts or the extended cuts, because it's all different versions of the same thing. Director's cuts are usually, this is how I wanted to see things. So Ryan Coogler, being the savvy businessman that he is, post success with Disney and everything, some say as like kind of like a backlash to the Disney way of doing it, he negotiated where so final cut of the film and the full rights of the movie will be returned back to him in 25 years, which like doesn't often happen, because a lot of studios own the films outright, or the rights to the film, where the directors will get paid royalties or what have you, right? And that's how they maintain what they do. People that like do things like that are like the fucking like the Steven Spielbergs, you know what I mean? They're the ones that like have the huevos to negotiate that and to push for that. So the fact that Ryan Coogler, a young black man, got that over on these studios, it seems as though the studio system itself has kind of a sour taste in its mouth, because it's like flooding the zone with weird press on this shit, right? Like, it's flooding the zone with like headlines like Variety said this: Sinners has amassed $61 million in its global debut. It's a great result for an original R-rated horror film, yet the Warner Brothers release has a $90 million price tag before global marketing expenses, so profitability remains a ways away. And Ben Stiller reposted that, and he said, in what universe does a $60 million opening for an original studio movie warrant this type of headline?
I saw that.
And it's like,
and it's true. It's like, what the hell?
It's like they have this like, they want this movie not to succeed, or they want to portray this as the little engine that could, or like that won't, or this is gonna be a disappointment. Like, they're kind of flooding the airwaves with that, whereas the people are like, nah, this movie fucking rocks. Right? Like, everybody's like, no, this is it's a very good movie. Like, it's just proving them wrong. It opened to that, it's a big budget movie. It was a big budget film. But let me see exactly what the budget was. But itself was 90 to 100 million around, right? That's kind of where it stands. At present moment on Wikipedia, it says it's at 71.3 million. Like, worldwide, who knows? And it's going to continue.
It's going to keep getting bigger.
The streaming, I bet you the streaming tail on that shit is going to fucking last. Like, the streaming on that's going to last. Like, people are praising it as like a midnight movie already, It falls in line with like it's a Southern Gothic vampire movie. Like, there is like Eve's Bayou. Eve's Bayou is a perfect example of that. Interview with the Vampire is a Southern Gothic vampire movie. Yeah. Like, that's just like where it's at. It was filmed in New Orleans. We love New Orleans. We fucking love New Orleans. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy that they're just trying to get them at that. Like, and I mean, everybody, like, the internet's abuzz about it. Like, everybody's watching this. Like, people are reposting it. Celebrities are like, this is the shit. Like, it's just, I mean, whatever celebrities, but people are just like hyping this movie up. Ryan Coogler's doing a lot of press. He's doing a lot of press about this. I don't know. The soundtrack, like, score was done by Ludwig Göransson. He's the shit. Like, he's very good. Yeah. He's very good. Swedish-born dude. I mean, I don't know. Have we talked about him yet? Have I talked about him? Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I don't 100% know. The last big film he did as a score was Oppenheimer. That was the last big one. But he's a frequent collaborator with Ryan Coogler since Fruitvale Station. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's worked with him since Fruitvale Station. He was with them on Creed 2, Wakanda, the Black Panther soundtracks. He produced stuff with Childish Gambino. This one, they just like steep themselves in the Delta blues and such. Mm-hmm. The score itself is like crazy. There's different things. There's different voices and stuff that were really cool. Like during like the seance seance scenes. I mean, I want to bring up, like, I'm waiting for you to finish so I could bring up like that main scene, like where Miles Caden's starting to sing in the club.
Yeah.
And like, I want to see that scene again, but
that scene.
It's the scene. Everybody's talking about the
that
scene.
whole dance sequence, and they're going through, and then I was reading that they shot all of that in one, like it was filmed all in like that
in one
amount
take?
of time. They choreographed it.
Wow.
Everybody like it was choreographed and like done over and over and over, and then they did it in one. Mm-hmm.
So I
thought that was so cool.
It's like Sammy is singing a song in the club, and it's the first song he sings, but there's something about him as a musician. There's a gift in him that the vampires like that it's spiritual. He's a spiritual. There's something within him that's just his. It's a gift. Mm-hmm. It's a gift. And the folklore of this all is about how that can happen sometimes, and how that music can summon beings from the future and the past,
or just superhuman, like just like big beings, like because the music's so powerful.
It's so powerful that it opens a crack in the universe, and like it just everything kind of seeps together. And that scene is like we see him, but then it's like then we see some tribal like people, and then we start seeing a dude that's like somewhat like the Bootsy Collins type dude, you know, like funkadelic looking dude playing guitar, like an Eddie Kendricks. Eddie Hazel from fucking Funkadelic. Then we start seeing like a more modern thing. Like it just everybody's mixed together. Then we start seeing, like you're saying, like the Asian people.
Yeah,
like
you saw their ancestry,
and then how they got down and how everybody partied, and it's just like the roof is
like everything's burning, like everything's on fire, and that's how it leads.
It's a vision.
It leads up to, because then all of a sudden you see like the barn's gone, and the vampires are standing there, and they can see everybody inside the barns.
Yes.
And it's like the barn's not even there.
Yep, and that's what calls
them. Yeah.
That was really
I thought
cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to watch it again.
Ah, man, why did we do that? Well, I mean, it's $6. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Cinemark. Thank you. Awesome. Good.
I was like, it's Tuesday. So cheap.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, I mean, that scene is just like, everybody talks about it. Everybody's talking about that scene. That scene was fucking... People are talking about how that's going to inspire another wave of filmmakers. Like, when they're going to see that and be like, oh,
yeah,
that's
amazing.
It was what, I mean, it's just in this vampire movie, like like a music video in the center of this vampire movie, and it was seamless. It was seamless. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, it just went in and out, because it set you up for this whole this movie did a good job of just setting you up for that, you know? And then
it was so well done. Like, even when
that's like the climax. Like, that's when everything
finally
changes.
Starts getting and they're changing. Everybody's turning into vampires. Yeah. They're catching everybody, and they're all singing and doing their own little like seance and singing. Yeah. And it was that Irish folklore.
Yes.
That when it started, I was just kind of like, wait, like, don't, like, it was borderline where I was gonna be like, but it was good. It was really good. It was done so well.
Yeah, everything. They did that very well. Like, they did it with enough care of it. They weren't. You can tell when somebody doesn't give a fuck and
like let's just get this over with. Let's just get this over with,
or
it's
like
too long,
or they're trying to make a parody of it. Like
like this wasn't like
this was no
like I've seen what is the one with Eddie Murphy where he turns into he's a vampire and it's Angela Bassett.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah, Vampire in Brooklyn. So that was one, if not the only black vampire movie I had ever seen or heard of growing up, right? I was a teenager when it came out. And I remember watching it, and it's obviously it's Eddie Murphy, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
But, and then like Blackula and stuff like that. Yeah. Like it's funny, like it's comedy, it's whatever. I was like, wow, like this is good. And then like Blade was like, but it's also comic book. So there was the little where he's trying to be funny or he'll smile, you know what I mean? Like, it was purposeful in that way, but this was an actual, like, it was a film. Like, he wasn't trying to like make any of it comedic. It's like, this is real, like, history knowledge, and we're inserting this other folklore into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's still... The thing about like that type, like blaxploitation, right? Like that's what it's considered. Like Blackula specifically is considered, right? Like that. The film history on that is like it is still like a forest bias thing, right? Like it's got a certain taste to it, where the campiness, like that is part of it. Like I think this is an extension of that, like not to where that was it out of context. A lot of this stuff is real campy. It really is. Like there is like camp to it, but it's treated with enough appreciation for it, right? Like he did enough research to where everything looked.
But he's also of the culture. Like he wasn't a white man making a black character. Like he's a black man knowing all these things, and that's what he's showing a tribute, but like, hey, this is how I'm gonna do it now, and this is how I like doing it this way. I don't know. That shit was fucking awesome. That was the Irish folk dancing was real cool. The songs were real cool. The songs were really good too.
Their songs were really good.
Even like them singing, like the one where you could tell, like, okay, we're trying to get in, we're trying to trick you, and they're singing, and like you could kind of tell, and it's just like even that, like, even though it wasn't their style, like all the layers of the singing and the melodies that they sing.
Pick poor Robin clean.
Yeah.
Pick poor Robin clean. That was that one. The other song that they sang that was like kind of more down tempo, that one Haley Steinfeld when she went out to save them, was called Will You Go, Lassie Go. Let's see. So this soundtrack also features Don Toliver. Miles Caton's all over this. So Don Toliver is on this with he did a song with Ludwig Göransson. Let's see, James Blake. That song Seance, fucking cool.
Yeah,
fucking cool. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld, she did a song called Dangerous.
So that's the one they played during the end credits, because I could recognize her voice.
Okay.
But the Seance, that's what's playing when Woonmi and Michael B. Jordan are like,
I believe
in her house?
Yeah, it was in that scene.
Because it was I'm like, oh yeah, if it's James Blake, like it's that moody,
the song that Miles plays during the scene is called I Lied to You. That's called I Lied to You. Yeah. I think the soundtrack, like, this was just really, like, aside from the score, there's this other, like, there's like a bunch of songs. That Pick Poor Robin Clean, they sing that. Let's see, there are some other ones, like Buddy Guy sings Traveling. Jerry Cantrell in Moonlight. That was a cool song. That's a cool song. Jerry Cantrell from fucking Alice in Chains. Yeah, he's just, is Alice in Chains, are they considered like a southern rock, or like,
I mean, it was like, that's what that whole like grunge, like they were like, that was them.
They're not from the South though, are they? No, they're from Seattle. I don't know.
But that's
It did. It has that tinge
soulful,
of it. Yeah, it has that tinge.
But that's why it's rock. It's rock music.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The other songs, Rod Wave, his song called Sinners. That's like the big song that's out right now. Rod Wave. Brittany Howard does a rendition of Pale Pale Moon.
Okay.
I was listening to it right now. It was fucking sick.
Yeah, because I know you're not a big fan of hers.
I'm not a big fan of hers.
So, yeah, like, that's a lot.
She's just been... Yeah, it was fucking sick. She's just been growing on me. Yeah. She's been growing on me. I don't know. It was just when I heard... What's the name of the band?
Alabama Shakes.
Alabama Shakes. It was like at a time that I was just tired of that type of music.
Yeah, it was all that Mumford and Sons and all that kind of stuff.
And I was playing with the Lusitania, and I was like Americana'd out.
Yeah.
And I was like, this doesn't seem authentic. I talk shit, I talk my shit. But she's grown on me. Yeah. Like she did a real good version of it. There, like the way she does things with her voice on that song, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. The duet that Miles did was done with an artist called Alice Smith. They sang a song together. Also OG Davey and Uncle James do a song. Let's see. And Jishi Wiley does Pick Poor Robin Clean at the end. I don't know. The soundtrack was wild. The score was insane. Like Ludwig Göransson just fucking killed it. It's just a very musical movie. It's about music.
Yeah.
It's about so much. There's just so much about it. What else do you want to touch about? I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else to touch on it.
Just, you have to see it. It's such a good movie. And it's not like your typical, like, it's not just... I mean, yeah, there's vampires in it.
There's vampires, but
it's just a really well done film.
The
like
brothers
a good
are
little
real
backstory.
cool.
You feel for them.
You feel for everybody.
You're rooting for them.
Yeah, you find out that Mary was like, she's a white girl, but she's also like
a quarter black,
and her mom took care of the twins when they were younger, and that's how they developed their relationship. And she has the relationship with Smoke or Stack.
No.
Smoke. Yeah, she has a relationship with him, and they actually that's what happens at the end. So they become vampires.
Yeah, I like that how they had their little happy ending. Like they did get to be together.
They got to be together forever.
And then I like how
they got to see old Sammy at the end.
Stack got to see the baby. Like they referenced how they had him and they had the baby that died, remember?
Yes, that's right.
And so at the end, like when he's like on the verge of like dying, like he sees her and the baby. Oh, that was so like, that made me tear up.
That was very good.
There's just so many layers.
Yeah, he got to kill the Klansman.
Yeah.
He got to shoot.
that whole ending scene of like, that was really satisfying.
He got to kill the Klansman.
That was pretty satisfying.
Yeah, the vampires were all, like when everybody turns into vampires.
Everybody looked cool.
So
the
cool.
eyes, like they didn't have them do anything super crazy.
No.
They didn't look like ugly, like Buffy vampire faces. Like they had the red glowing eyes. And
when people were on fire, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like the way he depicted people. We'll watch it right now.
Yeah.
The way he depicts people on fire and the amount of detail you watch as people just are engulfed and become just. You see their ends like when the vampires, you see the insides like flame up. Like holy shit, that shit was fucking crazy.
And it looked good. Everything looked
so
great.
Good. Yeah.
Yep. And I want a grill now. I've always wanted a grill or at least a cat tooth or something.
A grill. I thought you meant like a cooking grill.
No,
I was like,
it's because they all got matching grills, like for the premiere and stuff, or one of the things. But I liked how once he turned into a vampire, his grill was a little vampire grill too.
Yeah. He had a leather vest.
Cool.
I like how he had his little leather vest on. Yeah. That was cool. One of the brothers turns into vampires. One of the brothers dies. Miles is really the only true survivor of this all. And I like at the end, so there's an extra scene, like mid-credits and post-credit scenes and stuff, but I like how, like, where Stack and Mary go and visit old Sammy.
Smoke and Mary.
And in the 90s.
And they have their 90s
gear. But you could tell that there is some sort of sorrow in them still. Like, they're like, hey, we came to see you. We're still, and like he kind of asked them like, do you want to be one of us? Like you can live
like
forever.
We can. And then he says I'm glad that it was just kind of like, all right, we're gonna leave you to it.
And that was like, and
how she says like when Mary tells him, bye, little Sammy.
Yeah,
like because she's still older. You know what I mean? Like,
and you could still, but that's why I'm like, there's still like you see like a sense of like they're forlorn. They're like.
Because they still remember everything.
Yeah, and they've been around so long.
And now they both know how each other felt.
Yes.
Like when they weren't telling each other and they were mad, or like he left her there and she was mad.
But just like, I just kind of like, the thing about vampires is seeing your loved ones around you die.
Yeah.
Like that,
You're just alone.
I would also be remiss to like, just they were steeped in the vampire lore. The thing that they had to be invited in, that was a whole thing.
Oh yeah,
that
all
was
the little
cool.
tropes where she was like, there's something fishy about that, and she knew.
She calls them haints for a while, and then okay, they're vampires. Like she used their word. That was fucking cool. Yeah. Delroy Lindo's death was crazy. His character arc was wild. We're gonna see it right now. I guess. Like I know Casey's like, okay, all right.
Well, because I don't want to. I know. We're gonna be.
We gotta go.
We're super fangirling over this. Go watch the movie. Thank you very much for listening. You can share the podcast. You can rate. You can review. You can do all the things. Click on all the links in the description of the movie below. www.jjcaballero.com, linktree /MonoStereoVideo. Check out the Ko-fi if you could, if you want to help us out on the Ko-fi. Also check out my YouTube page. I'm gonna put some more stuff up on there. What else do we? Oh, we have our deep cuts, and we have the Casa Caballero shop up on there. We have the deep cuts. We have the JJ Caballero shirts. We have the MonoStereoVideo shirts and such like that. Anything else left to plug? No. All right. Thank you very much, and we will listen to you later.